Okay, so I've got a piece of rye bread. I've put 15 grams of peanut butter on here, which is 4.5 tins. So I am going for 1 healthy extra B, peanut butter, 1 healthy extra B, 4.5 tins, and some nectarine on the top for speed food, and then I'll just eat the rest of that all. Alright.
And that spells the F word.
Okay, so I've got some pasta and veg. I've got all sorts of veg in there. I've also got some sausages, so there'll be 1 sausage in there. There'll be 1 sin. So I've had 4.5 sins this morning. That rye bread was really yummy this morning, and although I'm pretty hungry now, it kept me full for quite a long time, so it was pretty good. So yeah, I've got tomatoes on the top of the pasta, and the pasta's all sorts of different vegetables. There's courgette and sweet corn and peppers and all sorts. And I'm also going to have, so I can have 5 of these olives as a healthy extra, no, 5 of these olives as a sin, so I'll probably maybe have 10 olives. So probably about 3 sins or so, I reckon. And I'm at, yeah, so that would put me at 7.5 sins so far. 1 healthy extra B, 7.5 sins. Hiya, so I've just, I'm just basically literally making tea. I've got a few minutes just before we take them up to bath. They've had their tea, kids have had the tea rather, and the curry's nearly done. Making the curry this time with corn pieces instead of sweet potato, just for a change up. See how that goes down. I'll leave the lid off that for a minute, so it's sort of, because without the sweet potato in it, it's not really kind of, creaming up, as it were. So I'll leave that there just to, so basically I had, when I got back, I had quite a few mandarins, and some grapes, and I had a hot drink with decaffeinated coffee with almond milk. Read some of my magazine, so I'm feeling a bit tired today. I went to sleep quite late last night, so I just have a sit down. Then I also had, for my tea, basically, I had a piece of rye bread, so it'll be 2nd healthy extra B of the day, toasted, peanut butter again, and this time with mandarins on top. Very filling, super, really, really good food, I like it, but it's not so toasted because it's really nice toasted, but it's so filling that I wouldn't want to now eat another one, if you know what I mean. So they're really good, especially the peanut butter on. So that puts me to 12 sins, I think, today. 12 sins, 2 healthy extra Bs, and then if I want anything when I come back from the gym later, then it will just be free food. I've got a few extra sins if I want to use, because I've got some Linda McCartney sausages, because they don't have any dairy in them. Oh, and I don't really have any sugar either.
I'm still hungry.
Yeah, that's fun. Eat some more food. Kids are always still hungry, aren't they? No matter how much food you feed them, they are always still hungry. Yeah, I think that's about it for food at the moment. Just let me see what I've got 10 minutes before I need to run a bath. I might just do a quick bit of washing up. Whacked out, so I had to have a little rest really, so that I've got enough energy to go to the gym tonight. See how it goes. It's interesting, so it won't be a class, it'll be a just gym session, so it'll be like 20 minutes running and a few exercises, but one of the exercise machines is going to help me do a pull-up, because I've never been able to do like a pull-up, so it's going to be really helpful. It'll help me practice my strength, so eventually I'll be able to do a pull-up, which would be really nice. Alright, see see you in a bit. Okay, so I've just come back from the gym. I've put the washing on. My partner's made me a hot drink, decaffeinated coffee with almond milk. I've got some dinner. I've got some leftover curry from, basically I've done a batch cook of curry. There's two, partner's had his amount. There's 2 now in the fridge for us for tomorrow, and then I've got the leftovers. I've got leftover rice from the same cooking thing, and then I've done myself but 3 little potatoes in the microwave, and so I've got 3 little potatoes, the curry and the rice, and I've just kind of, in the same pan as I reheat the curry and the rice, I've got some little plum tomatoes, they're all hot, and I've got some pickled gherkins and some pickled onions, and in the curry I've got the corn pieces, which oh, I can't remember who it is. I will go and have a look at my comments, but someone suggested about the corn pieces, and so that's been really kind of you to suggest the corn pieces, because it's made our curry a bit more interesting. And oh, excuse me, excuse me. Oh, I think that's going to put salt and pepper on it. So yeah, so there's no sins in this meal, so that means I've ended the day on 2 healthy extra Bs and 12 sins. Yeah, I really enjoyed my gym time. I did 20 minutes on the treadmill, and I did some kind of like weights work, so that I could basically like practicing doing push-ups and practicing doing pull-ups, so that I can be better at, because I've did a push-up once, a full one properly from my, but I've only ever done 1. I'd love to be able to do like 10 or something, or so I'd like to be able to get that strength up. And I've never done a pull-up on a bar where you like hold it and pull your weight all the way up. I know, so your chin's level, but I've never done one of those, so I'd love to be able to do one of those. So I'm kind of just basically working towards one of those in the gym with the weights thing, and then you sort of do the, and then I'm only lifting 50 pounds at the moment, so I just kind of got to increase it, so that basically I presume I'm lifting the same amount as I weigh, and then I should be able to do a pull-up, theoretically. But anyway, I'm going to eat, so I'll see you in a bit. Lots of love to everyone. Bye. Yeah, so I'm just put the stuff across the tumble dryer. I'm just about to go up to bed, but I just thought I'd say thank you to Amanda Ostrom for reminding me about the corn products. I used to use corn pieces all the time ages ago, and for some reason I think because they were quite expensive, I just decided not to buy them anymore. But it's just one meal I use it for, the curry, and so therefore I think it's £1.50. I bought it from Lidl's. I think it's just the smaller pack, so realistically £1.50 for the curry once a week is, it's totally fine. I also thought it would be a good idea, because the curry is the only one that's not got so much protein in it. I mean, it's got lentils and it's obviously got a bit of veg, but all of the other meals I have tend to have a fair amount of protein in them. But the curry didn't have a lot, so I thought, that's quite, the corn pieces then would be perfect, just to add that little extra bit of protein in. It's very delicious. A lot easier to make, because obviously I don't have to peel a sweet potato, so I just chuck it in. Yeah, and I've just been watching Tess's just latest video. I've watched yet, but I've run out of time really to watch the rest of it, because I should really go to bed. But she's been doing really well with her cross-leggedness. So yeah, really good. It's inspiring me too. Because I can do like when we do body balance, I can do a half lotus, which is like one leg up on the other side. So it's really inspiring me to. My daughter can do a full lotus. My daughter can do a full lotus, and my son can, and my partner. They can all do a full lotus. They can like tuck their little legs up right on themselves. I can't do it. So, it's quite nice to have little goals, isn't it? That are not sort of number and weight related, and like I've got the other goal of being able to do a pull-up, and it's kind of like a measured thing, because basically once you do it, you've done it, sort of thing. So it's one of those things that you can work towards, and it's really nice. And thanks, Tess, for showing us how far you've got with your cross-leggedness, and it's very nice to see how happy you are with kind of how far you've come, and being able to kind of use your body again. I think sometimes when you put a lot of weight on you, I mean, obviously not everybody, because some people are still very flexible and still do lots of exercise even if they're overweight, but often you just almost lose lose the right to your body almost, don't you? You kind of end up not being able to, you just slowly it all goes, and you can't really do much with your body anymore. Yeah, so sometimes it's quite nice to just suddenly realise that you can actually do things with your body. It's almost like if you've been overweight for a very long time, then you didn't even know that these things were possible. You just always think they're for somebody else, and then when you do them, you're like, oh, okay, I can do that then. Fair enough, that is for me. Right, I need to go to bed. So lots of love to everyone. Thanks so much for being there for me. I really appreciate it. Really helps, especially as I'm getting close to the point where I'm probably not going to be losing any more weight soon. I mean, I'll probably do another half stone. That'll be about it. Especially with exercise as well and toning up. So soon I'm going to kind of run out of, I'm going to run out of where to go, and I'll be eventually in that bit where I am just maintaining, and I'm happy where I am. I don't want to go any lower, and so you just need that extra support to keep yourself going, don't you? I mean, I know I've been doing it for a year and a half and such, but just you need that constant little tiny bit. And you guys are so kind to me and so thoughtful and nice to me, and it's so helpful to have the ability just to be with people who are like-minded, and be with people who know what it's like to struggle to lose the weight, and know what it's like to have to work hard at all the little minutiae of it all to get where they want to go. So I appreciate it all very much, because it's a tricky road, isn't it? But it's definitely incredibly worthwhile once you find yourself at the other end. Obviously along the journey too, because you can still, you suddenly reveal yourself, don't you? And but yeah, it's still tough. But see you later. I'm gonna go to sleep, and that'll make everything easier. Bye.